Welcome guys to Rationalizing Made It Easy. Today is another day and we are going to continue with our lessons on set. We are going to look at a part 3 of our sets. I've told you for set it's going to be a long series. So the part 1 and 2 are available on my channel. So today let's move on to a different question on set or a different identity of sets. So sets are in different identities depending on how it's being grouped for your understanding. So this is a part 3 of the lesson. I have categorized the lessons or each sections in set. Now today's on what we are going to look at, is assuming you are being given A over root B. This identity says that when you have a question like this, multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the root in the square root or the number in the square root. So with this, you have A over root B times root B all over or times all over root B. Yes, all over root B. So you multiply through by this. For this, will give us A root B. Then this one will give us root B squared. For which will give us A root B all over B. Yes. So this is what this identity talks about. So whenever you see a question with a square root as a denominator and as a single fraction, multiply both the numerator and the denominator by this. So without wasting my time, let's take a question on that. So we have to simplify 3 over root 2. So as I said earlier, so this one will be 3 over root 2. Here will be times root 2 all over root 2. Both are multiplying. So 3 times root 2 is going to give you 3 root 2. In my previous videos, I explained that a root without any number in front means there's 1. And this one is not a root. So it's going to multiply the number in front, which is the 1, which will give you 3 root 2. But you can see that root 2 multiplying root 2 will give you root 4. Yes, root 4 because the numbers in the root are going to multiply. The numbers in the root are going to multiply. So 2 multiply 2 to get root 2. So they say we should simplify. So this one will give us 3 root 2 all over 2. Because square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 2 will give you 4. So to simplify this is it. And when you get to a point that this and this can cancel, the denominator and the numerator, they are common that they can cancel. You cross them out. You don't leave your answer like this. Because 2 cannot divide 3 equally, that's why we leave our answer as 3 root 2 all over 2. So this is how this question is solved. Let's take another question. So we have to simplify 10 over root 5. So this one, 10 times root 5 all over root 5. So this one will give us 10 root 5 all over root 25. So to simplify it again, we have 10 over 5, 10 root 5, then all over 5 because square root of 25 is 5. And this is a set because we can't simplify this. So if you get a number that's a perfect square in the square root in set, you should know that you have to break it down. Yes. Now when you look here, looking at here, they ask us to simplify. And I told you in the question 1 that the 2 and the 3 was not able to cancel out. So here we are going to cross out the 5, we divide itself 1, and it will go here 2. So the final answer now is going to be 2 root 5 because this and this can cross out, they can divide. And we have to simplify. In mathematics, anytime you are being asked to simplify, it means solve it to the lowest term. So this is how this thing is also solved. Let's take another question involving this identity. Now you can see this is a combination of the simple set and the fraction set. In my previous video, you know this is root 12. So we have to break it down. And the perfect square, and one of them should be a perfect square. And the perfect square number that multiply another number to give you 12 is 4. So here the root 12 will give you root 4 times root 3. Plus, now when we come here, 6 root 3 times root 3 here all over root 3. They've combined it, so don't be confused. So here, 4 with 4 times 3 will give you 2 root 3 plus this one 6 root 3 all over root 9. Now to move on, we have 2 root 3 plus 6 root 3 all over 3. Now when we look at this, we'll get 2 root 3 plus 3 can divide itself 1, it can go here 2. So we are breaking it down. Then you get 2 root 3. We are not done because these are similar sets. Root 3 here, root 3 here. So you add the front numbers. So to add the front numbers, so 2 plus 2 or root 3, you pick one of the roots. Then when you add the 2 plus 2, will give you 4 root 3. So this is how we simplify these two. So it's very easy if you follow this lesson closely. So let's take another question on this. Alright, so this question is also similar to the one we just saw. So to break this one down, a perfect square and another number that gives you 8 is also 4. So we have root 4 times root 2 minus 2 all over root 2 times root 2 all over root 2. So this one will give us 2 root 2 minus 2 root 2 here all over root 4. So we come here 2 root 2 minus 2 root 2 all over 2. Yes, we are breaking it down. Now what do we have here? 2 can divide itself 1, divide here 1. So now we have 2 root 2 minus, you can write the 1 root 2. Or if you write even root 2 or any single root, I always tell you that assume there's 1 in front of it. So that when you are simplifying, you can remember that there's 1. So now they have become similar sets. So they are all similar. So this one is subtract, you subtract the front numbers. So 2 minus 1 root 2 will give us 1 root 2. Or when you write root 2 like this, you should also understand. So normally when it is 1, we don't write it. Math, we don't write 1x. So if it is just x, we write it. So leave the answer like this, or this is correct. So let's take the last question under this part. So in this question, we have to express root 2 plus root 5 all over root 10 in the form of a root 5 plus b root 2. This one, I've always been telling you that there's a clue to this question. Meaning you have to get something, a number root 5 plus a number root 2. So when you are solving and you are not arriving at something like this, you should understand that we are not doing the right thing. So you have to recheck what we are doing. And after that, you find the values of a and b. In my previous video, we solved a question that is having this. So now, it's the same thing. The other one is a single root, or they are single fractions. One number up, one number down. But this one is 2 numbers. So don't be confused. So this one, you still multiply the 10 throughout. So now, we have root 2 plus root 5 all over root 10 times root 10 all over root 10. Now this one, what I would advise you is, you can also use a bracket for it. You can bring this one forward. You can have root 10 in a bracket, root 2 plus root 5 all over root 10, then times root 10. It's the same as this. But I'm doing this because I want you to remember that the root 10 will multiply both sets. Yeah, that's why I brought a bracket. And this will also multiply this as the previous question we have done. Now root 10 times root 2 will give you root 20. Then root 10 times root 5 will give us root 50 all over root 100. Now we have to break down this root 20. So when you break down this root 20, you get root 4 times root 5. Then this one will give us root 25 times root 2 all over 10. 10 because square root of 100 is 10. So now this one will give us 2 root 5 plus 5 root 2 all over 10. Yes, so now we are getting this. Now we have arrived at this side. Now this and this are not the same, so we can't add them. And now there is 10 here. There is 10 here. So now what we have is this 10 is for both. So you can separate them. 2 root 5 over 10 plus 5 root 2 all over 10. So 2 will go here 1, 2 will go here 5. So we have 1 over 5 root 5 plus 5 will go here 1, 5 will go here 2. So we can also have all root 2. So with this, you can see that we've gotten something with 5 plus another number root 2. So we are on track. Now they say we find the values of A and B. So values of A and B. So with this, the number in front of the root 5 will be the value for A. And the number in front of the root 2 will be the value for B. So the value of A is equal to 1 on 5 and B is equal to 1 on 2. So these are the values of A and B. So this is how we solve this question too. So don't be confused. Just take your time and follow it one after the other. You just have to multiply the 10 throughout for the numerator, then you multiply 10 by itself. Yeah, I use a bracket to make you understand. But if you can go by this, you should also remember that the 10 will multiply all this. Then the 10 will multiply itself. So 10 times this with 20, then with 50, all over with 100. Yes, then 4, break it down 4 times with 5 plus 25 times with 2. Yes, so 4 root 5 plus 5 root 2 all over 10. The 10 is for both. So you separate them, then you divide, then you get the values for A and B. So this is how this question is also being solved. So there will be a part 4 on Surds. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Recommend to all students to have a benefit of it. Until we meet again, we say goodbye for now.